Hello everyone, welcome to a Sippy and Dom Reacts. This is Solar Ash from PlayStation Direct. This is our first time looking at this. This is an exclusive that's coming to PS5 and the PS4. We haven't had a chance to have a look at this yet, so we're very excited. I think start us off, just before we dive in, the art to it, I like it. I'm getting a very low poly feel to it. Kind of. Again, I know absolutely nothing to this, but kind of I get the same sort of feel. What was the boss battler with the really really good music? What?
Oh, that's not the one that I expected you to say.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Hyperlight Drifter.
Oh, oh no! Now I see. Oh God, I do see
Because,
Hyperlight Drifter.
well, you should. That same studio.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Heart Machine. What
Oh,
the one that you were thinking of is
you know the
I forgot.
yeah,
Fury.
Fury. Oh, someone make a spiritual successor to Fury. Okay, alright, well, if this is Hyperlight Drifter, I know exactly what I'm expecting when I click this play button. Oh, please don't make it so. I like Hyperlight Drifter, but it's like the 10 million games that came after Hyperlight Drifter that was just like, oh.
That
Alright,
look like they're trying to ape Hyperlight Drifter. Well,
yeah,
let's see what this one goes. I
okay,
mean, it's if anyone's allowed to ape Hyperlight Drifter, it's the studio who made it. So
okay. Alright, good old Heart Machine. By the way, let us know what you think in the comments. Oh, big black hole. Giggity.
3D modeling as opposed to top down, so already we're doing better.
Slow drifting on some sort of light. Oh. Okay, so at least
Hey
we're not
everyone, I'm Alex
pixel.
Preston, creative director of Heart Machine.
Hey
You
Alex,
might know us as
long
the
time
team
no
behind
see.
Hyperlight Drifter. Today, I'm here to show you the first
he mentioned that thing that I said.
Yeah.
Solar Ash.
Solar Ash, okay.
Solar Ash is a huge, stylish 3D platformer focused on
Alright,
speed,
lots
movement,
of-
and fluidity.
Yeah,
The game is set inside a giant black hole.
Oh wait, this is like
known as
Jet
the
Set
Ultra
Radio
Void,
in...
which has been consuming everything in its path.
Is this the one?
You play as Ray, a daring void runner who has decided to venture into this terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save her homeworld. Ray is extremely agile, able to speed across the world with abilities akin to skating. On the ashen clouds, she can quickly cover great distances.
I'm waiting for combat stuff to happen because, like,
A lot of mobility.
right now it's
At its
a
core,
bit too
Solar
much.
Ash is a game about movement, and Ray
Oh.
has everything she needs.
There you have
to
it.
The dangerous and unique
There it is.
world.
But yeah, it was a bit too much Jet Set Radio until we actually get some combat going.
Yeah.
It's all about
As you
speed and
journey to save
fluidity.
your planet, you'll find yourself face to face with grotesque and violent
Oh,
creatures.
there's some
Our
fighting.
combat system is simple, fast, and fluid, built to empower players and encourage flow.
He really likes
As
the
you
word
explore
fluid.
the Ultra Void, enemy encounters will scale to greater and greater sizes. Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat.
Right, well... Yeah, I mean, I love the art, I really do.
Ray will
Yeah.
eventually need to face the massive sentinel.
But I do have thoughts.
Wretched, starved beasts.
Maybe it's 'cause I
that
woke
hold
up
the
early in the
key to
morning.
her quest.
Oh, there we go. Is this a roguelike?
No,
there we
well,
go.
he said it's open world.
Wait, oh, here
So-
you go. This is cool.
Open world. This is you got some boss battling going on
Yeah.
here. Everything's like very focused on the movement
Solar
tech.
Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer.
I
The
can
giant
just say
spaces,
it now.
feel of
For a
movement,
game that's focused on
flow of
movement,
combat,
it don't feel
and
very
high-stakes
smooth.
battles atop enormous
Like, it
beasts
feels like
all come together to bring players
a bit
something we
clunky.
think is incredibly unique.
Especially a game about
and more
kind of
importantly,
space
fun.
rollerblading.
This game is a labor of love for everyone on the Heart
See,
Machine team.
There
excited
there
to
was a
bring Solar
different
Ash to
indie game that I
PS5 and
played
PS4
that
later
was
this year.
focused on movement, and it was like they were hyping up the idea of fluid motion and all that. And you spent a lot of time on a hoverboard, but the problem with that one was when you were on the hoverboard, you were moving too fast. When you weren't on the hoverboard, you were moving too slow, and there was no like in between
Yeah.
speed. that would be my big concern here, is because there was a couple of scenes where the character was just walking and wasn't doing that very fast movement. Even the fast movement didn't feel like super, super fast.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't overly speedy, which would be bigger concern of mine, is if you were too fast to be able to concentrate on what you're doing. But there's a good balance. It needs a good balance there where, like, you're going fast to feel like you're, like, super cool when you pull stuff off, but not so fast that you're, like, unable to make sense of the world around you to react to things quickly enough.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think that it just the opposite. I think it actually does look very, very fluid in the motions. Um, with the exception of when during combat hits are hitting, it does that like stutter stop thing.
Yeah.
And I think that the intent of that is for the sense of impact, because literally everything stops for like 5-frame window. Like, it's not even a full second. It's just long enough for you to realize everything stopped and restarted when you hit something. So I think that the intent of that is to make you feel impact visually, um, whether or not you're actually playing the game. But I don't know. This looks cool. I like this.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. So I think we have a problem at the moment in terms of games, is that ever since The Witcher, there has been this huge focus on open world. Everything has to be open world, and for a game that's about fluidity and movement, I don't really care if it's open world or not. And I guess I feel like this this feels a bit. I mean, I got vibes of Risk of Rain, but I just didn't feel like I was going. I was on a fluid flow of motion. The combat kind of like broke it up, and it felt like there was this like a certain degree of like discovering stuff as you were like running around, and I feel like it's trying to do a little bit too much. I thought the boss looked really cool, like, you know, running up a big worm and stuff and skating along it, absolutely super cool. But and I feel like, I don't know, that maybe I'm focusing on the wrong bits. It's like a nice idea, but like too much. And the other thing is like, how much are they focusing on the movement? Like, is it just like, oh yeah, you're just skating around a big world, like, and they're like, oh yeah, we've got a nice, like, maybe I'm misreading it, but I interpreted, oh yeah, we got a simple combat system, as in the case that just read as we haven't got a good combat system. You know, you're just going to be doing very kind of like basic things. So, but you know, aside flying around and skating, well, what else is there?
Yeah, so I guess the idea of how do we make the combat feel quick without feeling like it's stopping the movement too much,
Yeah,
um, which is its own difficult balance.
yeah,
I think I would actually need to have a little bit more than 2.5 minutes
yeah,
of uh yeah of that 3-minute trailer. About 2.5 minutes of it was actual gameplay footage. So I think I would need a little bit more than 2.5 minutes
yeah.
for being able to judge that.
No, I agree. And so, because we've had a lot of like movement games this year, and the last one that popped up on the scene was that ninja-esque, you know, cyber world game where you're doing wall running and stuff. And that was like that came out the box and said, "Hey, we're going to be a movement game. There's going to be some cool combat in it." But that was extremely kind of like, we're putting you in a tunnel and you're going to run forward and you're going to do the task that we've set in front of you, and not open world. And like, because it did that, it was like, it did what it did well. Like, it was a game that bragged about movement and therefore made it fun.
It did have some things with it where, like, you had multiple rooms, and your save point was like as you crossed threshold into the next room. So within that room, It was very, very focused.
Mm.
And you could have like there are probably about 10 different paths that'll get you from point A to point B in that room.
Yeah.
But because it's a room and it's not a huge open world, you don't have to you can just have people designing it focus on those things you can do in that room,
Yeah.
not those things that you can do in the whole ass world. So it's while it gives you more choice in how you do the movement and how you do the combat, and I really Ghost Runner was the name of the
Yeah.
game, I believe. It it gave you the choice in how you do the movement and how you do the combat. It was still focused, but it felt free.
Yeah. The other problem I have with this is, I'm sorry, guys, and Heart Machine, I think you do a great job. This feels like it's just a Risk of Rain mod. Like, it just feels like someone's made a running game in Risk of Rain. Yeah. It's just...
Someone turned Risk of Rain into an endless runner, and Dom is not having their bullshit today.
No, man, I should probably do less reviews in the morning. But anyway, there we go. That's my thoughts on it. Let us know what you think of this. Are these your games? Is this your jam? Nonetheless, we'll give you more details when we know more. But that is Solar Ash coming out in 2021 from the Heart Machine team.